What happens if you stop sleeping? We've all wondered at one point of our lives how many hours we can go on without sleep. What if you stopped sleeping for a week? Would our friends notice? Would we lose drive? And what exactly would happen to your body? Wait till you hear about what happens after 11 days without sleep. Welcome back to Junkie TV, where there's always something new to learn and satisfy your curiosity. Today's video is all about sleep, or more like the lack of sleep. What happens if you just stopped sleeping? Would you be able to fit more time in to do the things you love? Or does it backfire? Do you experience hallucinations? Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to learn about all things interesting and mind-blowing. Now, sit back, get comfortable, and let's get learning. Whether you're studying for school or college exams, or you want to pull an all-nighter to binge-watch our videos on YouTube, you must have tried to pull an all-nighter. People usually try to stay up so they can try to cram as much work or fun as possible while they can. You can have 100 reasons not to go to sleep, especially if it gives you more time the next day to do the things you enjoy, like hanging out with friends. But wait until you hear about what 3 days without sleep does to you. The longest recorded time without sleep to date is about 264 hours, which adds up to 11 days. We seriously don't recommend staying up for that long. Staying up for more than 10 days can have serious effects on your health, shutting down your body's functions. Today, we're going to look at what happens to your body without sleep, day by day. We're sure you've been there before. There are some nights where you only get 5 hours of sleep, whether it's because of a late night out or because of work. As a result, you wake up tired and groggy. The more you do this, the weaker your body gets, making it difficult to fight off infections, more prone to getting sick, and sometimes even hallucinate. But more on that later. 1 day without sleep. What happens to your body when you go 1 day without sleep? At first, it's a little blissful. As odd as it sounds, after 24 hours of being awake, your mind will be lightheaded, and you'll take things easily. Things will seem funnier than they actually are, and you might even feel a surge of happiness. And after just 24 hours without sleep, you will also experience an increased sex drive, which sounds great in theory. Why do these things happen when you're lacking sleep? Well, it's because your brain is increasing dopamine levels, a happy chemical in your brain, to make up for sleep that you're missing out on. But don't be fooled. This does not last for long. 2 days without sleep. By 48 hours without sleep, your giddiness will soon be dissipating to make way for grogginess. By this time, you will begin to experience problems with your memory. Lack of sleep stops your brain from making new memories. Your brain shuts down to making new memories, and new information just bounces back. You will begin to experience forgetfulness and memory loss, almost as if you're amnesic. To outsiders, it will seem as if you are drunk or just completely out of it. But what's actually happening is that your brain increases a toxic protein called beta-amyloid, a protein that is related to Alzheimer's disease. Usually when you're asleep, your brain washes away this toxic protein. Lack of sleep will result in a buildup of this protein, which will cause short-term memory impairment. But the more that the protein builds up, the more likely you are to develop dementia later on in your life. Making plans and decisions will also not be easy after 2 days without sleep. You will become more impulsive, and your judgment will begin to deteriorate, increasing your risk of making an accident if you're driving. You will lose sense of coordination, and even might lose some of your senses, such as smell or taste. Some of your body's important physical functions will begin shutting down. Your body will not be able to metabolize glucose, meaning less energy and paler skin. You will look and feel ill as a result of your immunity system shutting down, meaning cases of the flu, colds, and infections. And that's not all. Some other symptoms of 48-hour sleep deprivation includes rashes, nausea, and slurred speech. That doesn't sound very fun, does it? 3 days without sleep. Now, what happens if you go on for 3 days without sleep? After 72 hours of sleep deprivation, people have a difficult time formulating their thoughts, multitasking, paying attention, or remembering details. You also become more irritated or paranoid and are unable to make judgment of your surroundings. A study on sleep deprivation has shown that on the third day without sleep, people had a difficult time distinguishing happy from angry facial expressions. And this is when the hallucinations begin to kick in. Although some people have reported experiencing hallucinations before the third day of no sleep, your brain begins to slip into a dreamlike state. Hallucinations could vary in sounds or visuals. This means that you may see or hear something that isn't actually there. You will be unable to tell whether you are dreaming or awake. This is due to your body's lack of REM phase during sleep, which occurs when our conscious mind falls asleep and steps into the dream world. Illusions are also a side effect of sleep deprivation, meaning that you might mistake a stop sign for a person. More than 4 days without sleep. Things don't get any better from here. After 3 full days without sleep, you will find yourself having a difficult time to do normal day-to-day functions, such as talking with others. By day 10 without sleep, your bodily functions will begin to deteriorate, which will eventually lead to death. Surprisingly enough, however, studies have shown that if you fall asleep on the 11th day, you will survive with no long-term damage or health effects. However, this does not apply to everyone. Patients who suffer from fatal familial insomnia can live for 1.5 years maximum, given that their condition was slowly getting worse over the course of time. But this disease is genetic and happens as a result of a misshapen protein in the brain. This is a rare disease that exists in only 27 families all over the world. So, if you suffer from insomnia, don't worry. It's not likely that you have this disease. So, have you ever considered skipping sleep for as long as you can? We hope that by now you've decided against it. Getting a good night's rest is important in keeping you healthy, alive, and well. Sleep deprivation has many effects on the body, including the reproductive system, believe it or not. Studies have shown that men who get just 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night have the same levels of testosterone of someone 10 years older than them. Lack of sleep also increases your chances of getting cancer. After just one night of 4 to 5 hours of sleep, your body faces a 70% reduction in anti-cancer agents. Getting enough sleep at night can help prevent fatal diseases like bowel cancer, prostate cancer, or breast cancer. As a matter of fact, getting sleep is so linked to cancer that the World Health Organization has classified nighttime shift work as toxic since it disrupts your sleep-wake cycle. Lack of sleep will also impair your cardiovascular system. When you sleep, your body remedies your blood pressure as your heart rate drops and your blood pressure levels go down. That is to say that without sleep, your body isn't getting the rest it needs to kickstart the cardiovascular system. If you don't get enough sleep, you're increasing your risk of having a heart attack or a stroke. In fact, a global experiment shows that daylight savings time actually has a huge impact on people's health every year in the Northern Hemisphere when the clocks go back. The loss of 1 hour has resulted in a 24% rise in heart attacks, seeing millions of people being admitted to hospitals on the day following the first evening of daylight savings. Crazy, isn't it? Likewise, when the clocks are reversed in autumn, people gain an hour of sleep at night, and hospitals show that there's a drop in hospital admissions. If you're having trouble falling asleep, here are a couple of things we recommend doing. 1. Find out what your favorite sleeping position is. Make sure you're as comfortable as possible before preparing yourself to sleep. 2. Enjoy a nice warm shower before going to bed. This will help you relax and keep you warm as you get ready for sleep. 3. Wear loose cotton pajamas to sleep for ultimate comfort. Try not to wear any tight clothing as this can restrain your blood flow and make it uncomfortable to sleep and breathe during your sleep. 4. Pick the perfect pillow. If it's too low, you will feel discomfort in your neck. Likewise, if your pillow is too high, your head will be in an uncomfortable angle, which makes it difficult to sleep. 5. Put your phone on mute and keep your laptop or tablet away. Try to dim your screen's lights for a couple of hours before you sleep. Studies have shown that bright light can disturb your internal clock, which regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Challenge yourself not to watch TV or use any screen for 2 hours before sleep time. So, to sum this all up, we do not recommend going sleepless. Adults shouldn't stay awake for longer than 16 to 17 hours, leaving them 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night at the minimum. If you stay awake for longer than 17 hours a day, your body begins to show signs of deterioration, whether it's mental or physical. You might not even notice some of the effects, but they will be affecting your immune system. After being awake for 19 to 20 hours, your behavior can be similar to that of a drunk person driving, which can put you at risk. After only 3 days, you can begin to experience hallucinations or seeing illusions, while your bodily functions begin to deteriorate and shut down. So make sure you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight for a healthier brain and body. That's all we have for you today. Don't forget to subscribe to get notified of our next mind-blowing video. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. This will help us reach more people to learn about these interesting facts. And let us know in the comments, do you think sleep is important? Thanks for watching Info Junkie TV. We'll see you at our next video.